Well, hi there. I don't usually tend to make videos in the middle of the morning, but good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's video. This video is, of course, a compilation of videos I've made during late or mid-October of 2025, which is basically at the tail end before Halloween, of course. In fact, some of my clips were filmed during Halloween of this year, as obvious as this sounds, and I surprisingly came across the most futuristic place in Birmingham, which is of course Sandbox VR. It is basically said to have some sort of weird Halo, Star Wars, Star Trek, or Transformers vibe. And yes, science fiction is something I've never ever really delved into. And yes, this is the place that I've actually decided to go to. Sandbox VR is definitely one of the newest places I've definitely visited across Birmingham, and it's actually definitely one of the most amazing places for a young person, especially if you want to come across one of those amazing looking equipment pieces, including their guns, their headsets, whatever. It's really amazing. And I just say the more futuristic vibes have made me snaked around across this whole venue here. It's just wonderful. It's actually quite a fantastic sight to be around. So much so that yes, it is quite a very clean place, as you can see. But also let you know, via the Halloween decorations here, it's not fully packed. And usually it often tends to be packed during, well, let's just say half term, the weekends, and vice versa. I'm actually hoping to go there sometime over the more coming days, weeks, if not months possible. It feels like, hey, after making Squid Game videos, well, who knows, my videos will get popular. Well, no, the very weird coincidence is, no, I'm just basically stealing other content from other YouTube. But what I like to Straightforward Film is some of the stuff that this venue really has to offer. It is just an amazing place that you often seem to go to. And I tell you what, it really does have a very modern feeling and also a very futuristic feeling. In fact, the posters also do have a very retro futuristic vibes, like something you see in, let's just say, a couple of films, maybe 2001 A Space Odyssey, or Doppelganger, or some people call it as like Journey to the Far Side of the Sun. Who knows? Have I grown up in science fiction films? I feel like I have grown up too much of it. And as I'm tracking across through, as you can see, there are of course the robot barristers. They're just basically robot arms who have the ability to basically serve to customers who want alcohol or booze or anything like that. And mind you, YouTube tends to be fairly sensitive into these dry subjects of late because obviously YouTube really seems to be, very sensitive about when it comes into things that relates into alcohol and that sort of whatnot, and even copyright. Who knows about that? But the one thing I'm really fascinated of about this place is basically the dancing robots. And boy, don't they really have an amazing time just serving customers. That's the one thing I really like about this place. There are dancing robots in this venue that come along and serve customers the drinks that they want. It's fairly astonishing to see why. It's a fantastic place to really come along and visit. Just wonderful stuff. And as you can see, the robots and the way they were dancing, the robot barristers, as I like to talk about here, are actually wonderful and phenomenal. So much so that these designs look very much similar to what you just see in the car factory. It's wonderful. And the way they dance is so mesmerizing. You could just straightforward watch them go up and down, bounce around, and it's just wonderful. It's just an incredible place to visit. And that's the real factor behind Sandbox VR. Seeing the way they move back and forth, it's just amazing. Just a very good essence of futuristic technology being made right over in the 21st century that we're in at the moment. And yes, I'm currently about 25 years old, so how am I not surprised of me making a video talking about futuristic vibes in a very amazing virtual reality venue. And actually, there are quite a few virtual reality venues across Birmingham, but to be quite obviously honest, this one here is the most expensive and possibly the most well known. Not just because of the robots, but because their games are excruciatingly expensive. You have to pay like £25, or maybe even more so, an even more excruciating price of at least around £55. That is exceptionally expensive. Now I wonder why would it be really expensive to just come along and play virtual reality video games. Now I've already have basically tuned into a bit of virtual reality stuff. There is a game called VR Chat that I used to play back in 2018, and mind you, it still really tingles into my ears. Thinking about VR Chat, and also, I have to say, it was definitely not the first time to just straightforward come along and see virtual reality stuff, because I felt that before, you know, come towards, well, let's just say 2018, and I remember that time I used to remember using, you know, iPhones and a VR headset. Mind you, it did straightforward make me feel emaciated on a totally different universe, and that sort of scale is quite different than what reality has to offer. Now, at the time of making this video, as you can see, the Squid Game doll creeping right up, scaring right over to your soul like the 6-7 meme. It seems like that Squid Game and Stranger Things, part of Netflix, as you can definitely tell, are one of the greatest finales to really ever encounter. Mind you, these shows really do straightforward give a very huge wide centre of attention. You know, if you ever watch the show Squid Game, then you basically know what it really is. Basically, I have zero IQ relating to this franchise, but I heard its popularity and its massive rampant success is very much so. And as you can see, hey, I don't mind a bit of Squid Game. Just how very popular and ludicrous it really has. I mean, it already has been a very popular franchise of its time. It's wonderful, and I've still got more videos of it later to catch on in the near future to talk about this amazing venue that I've decided to visit. And strange enough, I'll be planning to do one today on Sunday, and boy, wouldn't that be fairly fantastic to see all of this stuff being featured like so. Even though, with that being said, it's still expensive. I'm at Sandbox VR, and I don't know why I'm vlogging here, but this place is just wonderful. There's a lot of like futuristic vibes involved in this place. There's a lot of like virtual reality stuff right here, and it's quite a wonderful place actually. I've been there quite a few times. This is actually my second time visiting here, and there's actually quite a lot of fascinating things here. I do love the futuristic aspect about this. It's a wonderful place to actually visit. I'm only just visiting here as a place of curiosity, but all the visuals right here, got some beautiful futuristic bits of furniture right here. They look very simplistic, don't they? Yeah, you know what? That's actually quite well worth it to go there, isn't it? There's a lot of like virtual reality games like Squid Game and other stuff that I seem to virtually, it's like a pun, know little about. Here you go, there's the very awesome looking sofas. Beautiful awesome television here. I can't really show this a lot too much because of copyright issues. Oh yeah, it actually does have a very futuristic and very newish sort of vibe. I do love the neon features in it. It actually makes it sort of lively here. I'm actually making this video before Halloween starts because there's a lot of like Halloween decorations here. But what really fascinates me a lot are those robot arms. I mean, they only serve alcohol and that sort of stuff, but I'm not ordering them. But what I'm after for is how they move. That's alright. Yeah, there's a lot of like things that you can do. A bit. I think most of, if not all of the stuff. Oh, there's a lot of screaming right in the background there. I can't really speak that much because there's a lot of like copyright music right here. You can see the robots doing their little thing. They're just dancing. And there's a lot of screaming here because there's a lot of like certain games that people can play, but unfortunately you have to pay. I heard they can go up to about £25, possibly £50 a quid to actually venture in here, but I don't think I've got the urge to actually participate. So in that case, hey, I've already felt virtual reality before when I was at, you know, I always think back to myself, that's like something that I used to see. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Wonderful photo, that's a wonderful poster, isn't it? Oh, check this out. Look at the robots. Oh, yes. Oh, one of them's filling up a bit of a drink. One of them's filling up a bit of booze, and the other one has made it very ice. Actually, it's very, very nice to be icy, isn't it? Okay, I didn't realise that. So you can actually order whatever drink you want as long as it's not too harmful, at least. That's pretty cool. There are some non-alcoholic options here as well that you can also venture in. It's wonderful. And there's quite a few people in there, just straightforward, looking forward to play whatever VR sort of game there is. Mind you, this is quite a nice sight to be around here. I'm only going to be making this video very briefly here because of copyright issues. There's music blaring in the background, there's a podium right there, and right there is the VR related stuff. I bet those big ones there They kind of look like guns, giant blaster rifles, and then the other ones there, they look like something out of a Wii controller. And then I can also see, whoa, I can see one of the guys using a VR headset. Oh. Houston, we almost had a problem. Oh yeah, just a fantastic sight to be around here. It's a very awesome futuristic sort of vibe place. Wonderful to be around here. Oh, that looks like something out of Halo, doesn't it? Look at that. Just beautiful. And there's a spider on the top. I think it's a fake spider because it's obviously coming out towards Halloween time. In fact, right over in this place here, it's wonderful. And there's all sorts of people from different backgrounds there. I bet you what, there's actually quite a lot of Halloween decorations there. I can't show you the footage very properly here because I'm very sensitive to other people and stuff. There's more spiders here. Just wonderful. That looks like something out of Fortnite whenever I see that. And there's also like, wow, look at this. As I'm making this video prior to Halloween time, we've got some clown heads, zombified heads everywhere. Mind you, the music has stopped. And there's more posters here. Sort of retro futuristic if you ask me. And the music has started all over again. Mind you, the only free thing I want to go to are those toilets. Mind you, the one thing that really captivates my eye are the robots. Very awesome. One holding the can for other people's orders, and the other one for basically something else. Mind you, I really do love the way they move, and it was quite nice capturing them on camera to see them serve a bit of a drink, one holding the ice and the other one that's not. It's wonderful. It's also quite ergonomic seeing all the drinks and the booze being straightforward hung down like bats. Fancy that, eh? How wonderful is that to see? I'll be quite frankly honest, the way they dance is so mesmerizing. I mean, check that out. I think that sort of says to me that with robots, they are straightforward replacing staff, and there's a creepy Squid Game doll. Weird, isn't it? But awesome. That is amazing. To be quite obviously honest, the Sandbox VR venue, it's something I've never ever touched upon, but it was quite a wonderful, salubrious, futuristic area. It almost looks like I'm in outer space or something, or maybe I'm basically inside of a bit of a spaceship or something like that. Hopefully I didn't say the other S word, but just be very G-rated with all the music blaring outside. If you really enjoyed this video, I'll be touring around this place. Certainly looks nice. I'll be looking forward to do one of these little VR thingies if I have some time here. I don't know about you, but I might have a go somehow. But if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like. Subscribe for more videos in the future without the music blowing right over in the background. As always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. As long as I'm sounding clearly. Thank goodness for that. Mind you, with all the VR stuff like that, it's just wonderful to see. And all of this is just straightforward, built to a much more highly expensive sort of scale. Even though with that being said, it does look fantastic. Mind you, the chairs do look quite futuristic. Very new age if you ask me. Okay, I've decided to come back towards the virtual reality place, which is of course Sandbox VR. Without the music in the background, I could get a very nasty copyright infringement warning from YouTube. Thank you very much, not. But then hey, guess what? We've got a whole bunch of Sandbox VR related stuff. Obviously, it looks like these posters are looking a little bit AI generated, if you ask me. Obviously, I'm vlogging privately, because obviously if I was vlogging publicly, well, guess what? I'd probably land in a whole bunch of trouble right here. Again, of course, yes, just appreciating the amount of futuristic artwork right here. Furniture, I mean, look at the furniture here. They do look very futuristic here. A lot of squid stuff, very creepy doll right over here at the front. Obviously, there's some toilets right here if you're very lucky to go inside. And it looks like someone has decided to take the whole barrister the complete day off. How weird is that? And then there's this weird menu here. I bet it's all booze and whatnot here. Gonna try and cover the TikTok logo because obviously everything's freaking massive. Okay, it's just alcohol. Man, why would you sell alcohol in the middle of a freaking virtual reality venue? I mean, it's not suited for kids, right? I mean, kids might also be interested into such futuristicness, but not when you've got this involved. Or even, alcohol. It's just crazy, isn't it? Gotta really love that logo. Very phenomenal design here. Sandbox VR, a wonderful place to come along and visit. And yes, I've just visited there just during Halloween time. But because it's straightforward, not Halloween time anymore, I can't see the decorations. How interesting is that? I do love the logos and stuff that they've implemented. Music is still playing. It's a much quieter part of the day. There's not many people visiting the place here. Obviously, if I came along and had a look, I don't think I'll be straightforward allowed. It's just, there's the equipment there, as you can see, right over here is the little studio where the people or the players would come along and basically play their video games, either it's Squid Game or whatever, maybe Fortnite. And then walking around here, as always, I really do love the impressive tech that they have. Just beautiful, just wonderful to see, I've never been a person who's really into the virtual reality world, obviously, but what really fascinated me are these robots. Mind you, I can actually pull off clips of the robots of how they were working earlier on, because these things are just amazing. It sort of looks like something out of, I don't know, Star Wars, Star Trek, possibly Transformers. That's what they all look like. Whether we're dancing and or maybe in this case, hey, because they're robot barristers, they'll just straightforward move around and dance around, and hey, once you start ordering a drink, they'll just straightforward fill up a drink for you. And they also come with these very recyclable straws. Beautiful, isn't it? I'd like to take one of these, but nah. Not this time, I'm afraid. Yes, there's all the booze that they're selling here. I'm not going to be touching all of these because I'm not into alcohol. Obviously, I'm not really one of these people at all. But the robots themselves, they're actually really cool. They're the main attraction behind this place. Strange enough, that's pretty much far by the only attraction to feature actual robots, in the form of arms. Because I don't see any actual other robots. Maybe if I go out towards Morrison's, there will be. And it looks like they've actually decided to swap the Halloween stuff with Christmas trees. I bet they're going to be decorating stuff for Christmas. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? More music playing right over at the background. I can't see any advertisements relating to Squid Game. But that doesn't matter. Oh, actually, there's one of them. One of them relating to Squid Game. It's so phenomenal. Will you be the last one standing? Well, it seems like I'm the only one who's straightforward the last one standing. How crazy is that? And I really, again, futuristic technology. I really do love the architect design of the sofas, tables. It's wonderful. Oh, that guy's fallen. Wonderful advertisements here from Sandbox VR. Gotta love their videos. And there's also another hidey hole here, which I probably presume that would have been filled with lots and lots of technological stuff. Well, it's actually quite well worth to look at Sandbox VR again. I'd love to straightforward visit there one day and play one of their games, a Squid Game or maybe another game or whatever, but I'll tell you what, the only thing that really caught my eye is, of course, the futuristic designs on them sofas, seats, chairs, whatever, of course. But the most attractive bit is that robot hair right over there. It's the most amazing thing since sliced bread. And even if I go towards the little hiding holes here, I won't go inside actually. You can see one of their little bits of equipment right there. Just wonderful to see. There's like virtual guns, virtually arm headsets. Beautiful. I'm actually going to straightforward sign off the video here because I'm going to bail out to the bus. And also it's freaking wet outside because it's been raining like over 24 hours. So if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like. Subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Glad I came here. It's not that busy at the moment. And it's bye for now.